Hi. Just a few people get the old notifications, but before to go live, just to let things distribute whenever. Got a couple of blades that are available. Got this one, which is a Galahad. Sported handles, leather sheath. Come back to those a bit later when people are dropping on. Might get a couple of people coming live. And I got a Guinevere, okay, with hardwood front, sort of bolster, and a burl section at the back with some resin. Both of those are available now. I'll reintroduce those in a while. But the main subject of this, the catapult flank I just made this morning, it's the Golozashi. So it's a hybrid of a Golok with a far sleeker design. That's just WD-40. Just so it's lighter, easier to use. If you don't need something that's quite as belligerent as a Golok, so it's still the same thickness as what a Golok is. But what I've done is I've made sure that the blade length is nowhere near 500. So there's the blade there, and you can see it's around the 380mm mark. So, yeah, 375, 380mm blade length. So I'm nowhere near knocking on the door of 500 for a curved blade. It's very useful for thicket, going up to thicknesses about that thick in girth, and that's one blast. And this has been sitting in the garden for about 8 weeks, 6-8 weeks. So this is not green, this is green and left to season off a bit. So it's pretty robust. So yeah, Golozashi. A different pin configuration on a Golozashi, which gives me the options of doing pommels and bolsters in future. So I've got a couple of holes at the front here, which will allow me to put a chevron sort of front end on the main section of the blade to the end, or if I wanted to go full hog, I got 2 holes there and 2 here at the end, so I could have like a pommel as well in differing materials, but it'll be in CS75, which is high carbon spring steel, and I've got the option of a differential heat treat, so I put that in a pool of water whilst I heat up the end, so I could get a different heat treat to the ricasso section here. This was just a straight take the stock and grind it, and it's still, I mean, it flexes, it moves, so it's got a nice, forgiving, resilient, tough heat treat. There's none of that hit a pallet wood bat with a rock sort of shock in your hand. So easy to use, fast, swift, great for brush, camping, sort of clearing sites or whatever, but it will take on hardwoods as well. It's basically a Golok, but more of a slimmer profile, and I've called it the Golozashi because it's sort of wakizashi size. Yeah, with a sweeping curve at the end, which will allow you just to sort of flick cut low-lying branches, thicket, that sort of thing. So there we go. Thanks for joining me. Should be another vid up at some point of me blasting something outdoors in the back garden on the sawhorse thing. But for now, thanks for joining me. Any sort of comments, please leave underneath. But I've had this, let's say, about 5 years as a design. I just had to eventually, I got to go for it and got to make one. So there it is, finally. Got myself another Golozashi. I got my own personal one, but now this one will be available soon. As you can imagine, quite a bit of leather work. bit of a beast. But yeah, thanks for that. And everybody dropping in, leaving comments, thanks for that. Always nice to see someone actually popping up on the live vids. It's useful as well because I can still put them on YouTube, and then it can stay forever as a sort of reference point for desktops, this sort of thing. But yeah, thanks again. It's got Wessex blades out, and see you on another one.